Bill? Are you there, Mr. Graziano?
There.
Yeah, Bill, I want you to start and help us with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag
to
of
the
the
flag,
United States of America and to the
the
republic
republic
for
for
which
which it
stands
stands,
one
one
nation
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty and justice for all.
Oh. And Viola, give us a few words on an invocation, please.
Thank you for all the gifts you have given our group. We're very pleased to service our community in the best way we can during this coronavirus and help us to get inspired with new ideas for fundraising.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Okay.
Here's a little theme music.
A little theme music?
There you go. George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle. Ah, yes. We won't go into anything else besides George. All right. Well, let's do the introductions. Sharon, due to the fact that you're at the upper left of the screen, why don't you start?
Okay, I'm Lion Sharon Eberhardt. I'm a board member and past president.
Lion Joe Farah, secretary.
Lion Lyle Workman. I don't do nothing.
Lion Sunny Lohan, current vice president.
Lion Bill Graziano, board member.
Ryan Viela DuPont, board member.
Okay, and Lion Bob Lawhon, current president. Okay.
Lion Bill, you're the lion tamer, just so you'll know.
Oh, okay. Secretary Joe, do we have any correspondence we should know about?
Yes. We received an informative letter from Canine Companions for Independence, and also a second letter from them, a letter of gratitude for our contribution to them. We received a letter from Lions Youth Protection Policy. Lions Youth Protection Policy. And then we got a receipt from the City of Hope, a gift receipt for the $250 we sent to City of Hope. That's the extent of our correspondence.
Okay, that's nice.
So let me get Mike out there. If I can get Mike.
Go a little further on this Lions Youth Protection Policy.
Okay, let's see what we can do and if we need to get Mike for.
Pardon me, Bob?
Yeah, I got something on that Lions Youth Protection.
Yes, yes.
And the letter I got had some, you have to sign this form and this form, but I couldn't get the forms to open on the letter I got. And I don't know, I know we have to be very protective in this world, but the thing there's something about on that letter and what the Lions Youth Protective Policy was doing that I would take have some caution with, but we don't have to go into that right now. So
I think if we sponsored a Leo group or something like that, then
Yeah.
we'd be involved.
I think that's what it's for. And but so that means we're not going to do that. So we can move on to the
Lion Bob, on that subject, can you forward that to me, please?
Can I forward it to you?
Yes.
Okay. Let me.
Along with the attachments.
Okay.
Thank you.
Heavily done. Okay. Now.
Incidentally, on correspondence, we also received a thank you letter and a receipt from San Francisco Marin Food Bank.
Good.
You may have missed that one, Joe. Sorry.
Okay.
I'd like to have 5 minutes with the guy that put some chemical in the gas tanks of their trucks, but that's,
Yeah, I saw that report.
Acid.
yeah. If they got him, he'd take a long walk to the Fairlawns. All right. Do we have minutes from the last board meeting? Oh, George just sat down. Oh, George, introduce yourself.
Lion George Soleil, past president.
The last board meeting was July 1st. The treasurer's report was read. Waiting for dues from 9 members. And we're waiting on the football season to get started to see what the schedule would be. And then since the club qualifies for Melvin Jones Fellowship Awards, the board voted to present same to 4 members, namely Lyle Workman, Joe Farah, 5 members, Sharon Eberhardt, Hanford Clues, and Albert Gentili. The board approved the budget as discussed at the previous meeting. A video of the club student speaker was played. That's the extent of our minutes.
Excellent.
But I understand that thank you, Joe, very well. Our student speaker finished second, I think, whatever it was. I know he didn't win, somebody else. Well,
Yeah.
at least he got a few bucks.
He
Okay.
finished second in the district or in the area?
In the
Oh,
district. He
District, I
didn't win the
think.
district, Joe.
Ah,
Okay. And
I
we'll
don't-
get to that in a minute. Okay. Are there any committee reports? How's the youth and community doing, and where are my tickets?
Youth and community. I am starting to get returns from the groups that I sent out the letters to a couple weeks ago. I've received 5 or 6 replies so far, and of those, 2 of the current groups have decided not to do it. They were smaller groups. Received 2 replies today, both positive. So it's looking up slightly. I was very concerned about that, but it's looking fairly good. Time will tell.
Okay.
I have to wait for the returns to come in.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the football pool, I got something around here about football.
Football pool. I sent all the materials out to the various members who have people who buy from them today. Additionally, I've sent out another 33 letters to the 40 some odd purchasers that I have. So it's well underway.
Okay.
I've got nothing but positive returns so far.
Good. Well, I think football might be the surviving sport out of all the rest of them.
I don't know. Time will tell. It's hard, really difficult to say.
Yeah. Okay. The crab feed, we'll find a location for it. There's, depending upon how things are about October, November, we ought to be able to grab a location someplace where they've got parking and everything else that'll get us in. So we'll just continue with that as something that we just keep in mind. Okay. Now, we did get a note from somebody who wanted us to do some, here we go. So on the student speaker for 21, they want topic suggestions to be forwarded to the people that are handling this. They want to know if we're going to participate, obviously, and then they got to whittle down all those topic suggestions. So anybody have any idea? Remember, we're dealing with youngsters on a topic suggestion that might fit into this. We don't have to do it tonight, okay? But it would be nice if we could send them a couple of suggestions that these youngsters would be able to use as a quote subject or two for their speeches. like everybody, a lot of it will probably have to do with our current situation of living, but may have to do with how to how to do Zoom for school, and but
If I had to suggest a topic, I would suggest the U.S. Constitution. Follow it or not.
Ah, that's very
Very good.
provocative.
okay, all
That's a
right,
good one.
yes.
I like that one.
Let's see. I would say that if they could start out with how's it go? When in the course of human events? Yes, we all know the rest.
Yeah.
Yes, I would, and have them
That's
discuss each one of the first 10 Bill of Rights. Well, maybe the first 10 is enough, and tell us what each one of them mean and why. That's good. Let's think on that. We'll get that
Well,
down.
they only have a 5-minute speech, so or 5 to 10 minutes. So
They can.
you can't make the subject too wide.
Well, yeah, I will.
Unless they talk really fast.
How about the benefits of Zoom learning?
Well,
That's
they
a
all-
very nice one as well.
It's doing well, and probably most of them know about it anyhow.
Yeah.
Just the future of education.
Okay. Well, it also to see how to do what do they got? Some of their learning at home and some of their learning in a physical, position. And what are we doing with our social life if we don't have football or the dances and that? Well, anyhow, that'd be more serious. Okay, that was one of the things that they wanted us to talk about. Okay. Now, I think we also have to anticipate the fact that we got to figure out how to, raise more money. That's a simple way to do it, or raise some money just in case we don't get the money we expect from the projects that we already have. So I actually, picked this up from someplace else that other people are looking for other ways to make money, but I see two issues with that. One, there are a lot of people that are just trying to survive, and example, you don't want to drive by Stonestown tomorrow between the hours of 9 and 10 because it's absolutely full of cars for one of the food banks, and that just started 3 weeks ago, and they're already up to 64,000 people that they've given stuff to. So it's but we got to find some way of slipping some bucks from people so we can have another source of quote income and prizes. So do we want to give out gift certificates from our plumber or something like that? Just keep it in mind. I don't want to get caught if we should lose. One of the 4 things we do to raise the value, the amount of money that we need to give away or to donate, to use the proper term.
Excuse me, Bob, I didn't hear what you said about gift certificates.
Come again, Sharon?
What did you say about gift certificates? I
Okay.
didn't understand you.
Well,
What?
I don't know whether we want to give away, quote, money, although that's the best thing to give away sometimes. And that's why people, I think, do the youth and community, because we give them money rather than seize candy. Although that's just something to, think about. Gift certificates to certain things. What would they be? How would we handle them? And would they be for meals, or would they be something to the Home Depot, which some of us can use, etc. Just something of value that, send us $2 and we'll send you a gift certificate. Just think about it. If it could be economic to do with the time and cost we have to put in on it in order for it to be profitable for us to do it. So just a couple of ideas. Okay.
I'm not sure what context you would be giving these certificates away. Can you explain a little bit more about what you're speaking about?
Well, that was just one of the things I thought, because we give them money for youth and community. What else can we give them that they can use on more of a personal basis And I thought maybe the gift certificates or something like that is something that they, could use and choose where they could use it.
Are you talking about a raffle?
We have to use the word drawing. Watch the words. We don't have raffles. We have drawings, right?
So you're saying we have to have several gift certificates for drawing to raise money. Is that what you're saying, Bob?
Well, I think that's one of the things that'll happen. And we could end up, with another quote drawing for certain, values of gift certificate. Where have we used this before, Zen? We used it someplace where we got things where we had to go to a restaurant, which is always a good place to go. Anyhow,
How about doing something like with Amazon where they go to a site that then goes to Amazon, and anything they buy, we get a spiff.
I have heard that,
Yeah.
Lion
that's
Joe.
good. I like that.
Yeah, Clinic by the Bay does that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good thing if we can make arrange with Amazon and get a certain percentage if they order something. It's been done to raise really good funds. I've heard about that. That's
Okay,
really
that's
good.
something to.
How does it work? How does it work? I don't understand how you.
you go onto your Amazon Prime account or your account, and then you have the option to donate or to purchase through like Clinic by the Bay or some other organization of your choice. I don't know how it's set up because I didn't set it up for Clinic by the Bay. Somebody else did.
So if you
Maybe you
say,
can-
like I say, I want Clinic by the Bay to be my charity. So when
No.
I
All the purchases that you make, a percentage of that purchase will go to Clinic by the Bay.
Okay.
A very small percentage.
A very small.
Yeah, very
percentage.
small.
Yeah,
It's still a percentage of something.
it's still a percentage. We get, we don't get a whole lot of money from that, but
Okay, that's one thing. So
that's one thing you could have. It doesn't hurt to have it.
now
What about if you have a special event at the San Francisco Zoo to raise funds?
Can't
You know,
do that.
You,
A certain-
I don't think you can do that because they're only they're only allowing so many people in, and it's by reservation. They're
Right,
not allowing.
but if you
they're
make
not
an
allowing
arrangement
They're
with
not
that,
allowing big groups.
well, we can do that, which we've worked on the one in April. We know how the zoo fence, and we know how to do that. And if we did it for a smaller group, and we'd have to throw it clear into the springtime or something like that, because then we'll see what the how you can get in and out and how many people you have to have, right, and so forth. But we could, the zoo's an idea, Zenny.
but maybe a specific portion of the zoo, not the whole zoo. Like they have a space there where they had all the exotic birds in one area, and it's just small enough to be able to actually almost touch the birds and whatever is inside there. But it's something that is had a lot of space, the distancing and all that. But as Sharon said, you had to have a smaller group, and if it could be arranged, that's a good idea. The percentage.
You'd have to investigate it because all the rules are all different now under this pandemic than they were
Yeah.
before. They have a
And
lot of.
there'll be different 3 months from now. There'll be different 6 months from now,
Yeah.
etc. But I just want the idea, and it's not something that's going to happen tomorrow. But if we have the idea and and we market it in February and people can get there in April, we'll think
Yeah,
about
we
it.
have a year to plan it in a way.
So that's not a bad idea, and one of my favorite places.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying it needs to be investigated and see what the
Okay.
rules are at the zoo.
Yeah.
If they allow people to come in now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any quote announcements. If anybody wants to say anything, announce.
Nothing for the regular meeting at this point, no.
Okay. All right. Well, we could pretty well be done here with the regular meeting if I could get a motion. Bill, you still there? Give us a motion, Bill.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Great.
Yep.
Second it, please. Somebody
Second.
second it?
I
I'll
second your
second that
motion.
motion.
Okay, we're adjourned. And as soon as I stop and get a little liquid refreshment here, we'll proceed to the board meeting. Good stuff. Now, everybody ready to go to the board meeting? Let's go to the board meeting, okay? We want to do a quick roll call to see if we got enough people to
Delay.
at least talk.
Here,
Farah here. Workman's here. Graziano's here. Finesh is not here. Martin's not here. Eberhard is here. Zenaida Lahan
Here.
and Robert Lahan and Viella DuPont.
Here.
So we have a quorum.
Cool. Do we have the minutes from the previous board meeting?
That's what I read earlier when we
Yeah,
opened.
it was read earlier by Joe.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
in fact, they're all contained in the bulletin that Lion Live produces.
Oh,
for
that's
us.
right, they're all there. Okay.
They're mostly there.
Yeah.
A portion of the recording was FUBAR, so that didn't work out, and that's mostly my fault, and I apologize.
Okay, well then, I think we want to move on to the treasurer's report.
I
and what
make a
our minute-
motion, we approve the minutes as presented.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'll second the motion.
Motion to
All right,
approve.
everybody go say, yes, we got it. Okay, the minutes are approved. Now we can move on to the financial report.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna read every single page and every single line, just to mess you guys up. We'll be here for a couple hours, so hope you had a good night's sleep.
Approve treasurer's report.
I already have, and look at, I even yellow highlighted it, see? So,
That's the budget. We don't care about the budget. We
okay,
don't need no stinking budgets.
okay, well, which one would you like to start with?
The treasurer's report. I'll just read the highlights of the minute or the highlights of the money. And that is that. Let me see if there's any other interesting doodads that on activities account. Just to show you how this is going to work. I'll backtrack slightly in that the last week of July, I sent out a letter or an email to the various board members asking for approval to set up a PayPal account. Sufficient members replied in the affirmative that I set up the PayPal account. Okay. One of those members, Lion George, made a whopping donation of $1. Okay. So now the reason we have 67 cents in there is because there are 33 cents in fees which are deducted from that $1 donation. That's a 30-cent base fee plus 2.7% or something like that. Rounded out, comes out to 3 cents. So 33 cents was deducted from that $1 donation. Larger donations, the fee will be less. It'll be closer to just 3%. Okay. I'm going to share my screen just for a moment. So that everybody can see what these Okay. Does everybody see the Lions Club page?
Yes.
we do.
Yes.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. Now here is a PayPal donation button.
Okay.
All right. I have them on several pages. What I'll do is I'll click on this so you'll see what the resulting information is. Okay. This is the PayPal page or the PayPal site, which is taken. We are taken to. In this particular case, they can give any amount of money. They just fill the amount in right here. Okay. And then on this particular button, they can also choose what type of project they would like to have it go toward.
Cool.
Youth projects, vision and sight projects, community activities, where it's needed, diabetes projects, senior projects, hearing projects, or international projects. Okay. They fill all that in, and they can also make it a monthly donation if they so choose. Okay. In other words, if say they want to give us $10 a month, they put $10 here, check this box like that, and it will automatically come out of their account at $10 a month and go into our account. Okay. And then they either donate using their PayPal account or they can donate using a debit or credit card. So that's how it works. Okay. Now, if they were to go through and fill the numbers in and make an actual donation, they would be taken to a thank you page. Okay. Like say, okay, well, I made a mistake. I want to cancel this. So if they cancel it, what happens is they come back. Okay, they come back to this page where we're sorry it didn't go through. Okay. Now, if they had given us a donation, they would go to this page. Okay. Where it says thank you, you know, especially, you know, I have a couple personalized things here for raffle donations, why we need the money and so forth and so on. Okay. So that's all off of this little button right here. And that's how it works. Okay. Now I have it in a couple more places as well, and I'll show you those right now. Okay. Like say if a member wants to pay their dues via PayPal, you can just go to the members page. There's a PayPal button right here. You can pay your dues online if you so choose. And you can also use Venmo. All right. We're all pushing into the 20th century at least on this stuff. Okay. So and I'm not going to push the button and show you how it works and so forth and so on. You saw it already. It's very similar. Okay. Another place I have it is on the fundraising page. Okay.
Good.
And this is the same button that is on the home page. They can make a single donation, monthly donation, any amount, whatever they choose. Okay. And then lastly, it's on the youth and community page. Okay. This whole page has been redesigned. I don't know if anybody's taken the time to look at it.
Wow. It's great.
Here it is. Here it is right here. And this really all has to do with advertising and sponsorships. They can donate either, they can choose 25, 50, 100, 300, 500, or $1,000 as a sponsorship or an ad for the raffle. Okay. And that's how all this works. And they can also donate via Venmo right here. It's not a link because Venmo is a mobile app only, and you can't really link to it.
Does our Venmo account, does it have fees? Does it charge
No,
fees?
Venmo does not have fees.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Can you put that little square on there? Would that work?
What was that? I'm sorry.
You know the little square that they have with I don't know what.
Oh, you mean the QR code?
Yes.
I could put the QR code on there, but I would have to make it too big and it would just be ugly.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody that has Venmo on their phone knows that if you look at GE Lions, they're going to find us.
Mhm.
Okay. If they use Venmo, they probably know how to do that. So that's why I did not elaborate on that. Okay. And this all appears whether it's on a desktop or this is how it looks on an iPad. Whoop. This is how it looks on an iPad in landscape mode. This is how it looks on a phone. All the buttons, they all work on whatever device somebody's using. They work all the time. Okay. So that's pretty much how it looks. And this is how also, just for your interest, this is how I design websites. This is how I know how it looks on various devices.
That's
Okay.
nice.
So that's how all the PayPal buttons work. Okay.
Now,
Wow.
when I made that donation, that poultry donation, I received a certificate.
Thank you for reminding me. I will let me load this up and then I'll share my screen again just for fun. I have made this up. My screen again. Sorry about that.
There it is.
This certificate here.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Now, is that done automatically or?
I made this up so that anybody that donates via our website or via Venmo will receive this via email as long as I have their email. I'll make this up for every single donation.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
So in this case, George got a certificate for donating $1.
I've seen that someplace before.
And these don't cost us anything because I just make it up and I just email it out to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I like the background. It's so pretty.
Yeah, that's a background that I actually used this a couple of years ago. Most of you remember when we honored Hanford Clues and his service as treasurer. This is the same background that was used to make the certificate for him on that. I just changed the wording and changed the styles and things like that, so it looked pretty. If you're going to get people that donate to you, you want them to feel like they've received something as an acknowledgement, and they will also receive a donation receipt along with this, stating how much their donation was, besides being listed here. And then also, if they say that it's going to be for a particular fund, the fund would be right there. Most of them probably will be for general activities, so it would be the general activities fund. Okay. So, any comments or anything?
Well, that
Well
is the
done.
same.
You put a lot of time in it.
Yeah.
A lot
The
of
same
what?
background that I use on the certificates that we give out when people speak at various organizations. And all we have to do is change the name of the organization and the name of the person.
That's exactly.
So I'm partial to the background.
Yeah, it's very similar. Very similar to what you're doing for that. Although the program I use is a little different. Because
I'm sure you did, because the one that I used, the lady that set this up for me, that was what, 10, 12 years ago when she did that certificate.
Yeah, so
I'm sure things have been updated.
Yeah, it's a little different. But anyway, I wanted to expand and show everybody how PayPal is being used, and how it's been implemented on the website. So there it is. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully there's not going to be a huge impact to our bottom line as far as the fees are concerned. When we do have the crab feed, I will make it available for them to pay it online for the tickets. If they choose to reserve tickets online, that will be available. They can pay right away. It's, hopefully it's going to make things work better or more interesting or more something. But there you go. And as far as the treasurer's report, the only other thing I want to say about the treasurer's report is there were 2 lines that were still outstanding, Algin Teely and Bill Maida. I received a check from Al this morning, so only Bill Maida is outstanding with dues. So,
Okay. Well, one suggestion on this, can you get this information on how to donate to us in the bulletin with some instructions? So everybody who get a bulletin will see that. Can that be done?
well, yes, it can be done, and I will do that. But the only way they're really going to see it is if they go to the website. I don't think a lot of our members are used to using PayPal or online payment means. Probably in their banking stuff, they might use some online payments, but other than that, they probably are not very used to using PayPal, either on e-commerce sites or anything else, unless they buy stuff from Amazon, where they might use PayPal. It is slightly different. I've been using it in my business for a long time.
Yeah, I've been using it for years, PayPal.
Yeah.
Lyle,
Yes, ma'am.
what's the difference? Because I do a lot of stuff on Facebook, but I use my credit card. I don't use PayPal. So is there a difference?
Well, PayPal is a credit card processor. Okay. If you're buying stuff through Facebook ads and things of that nature, you could very well be using PayPal processing, but it probably shows up as some other type of cart function.
It just shows up on my credit card.
Well, yeah, there are any number of ways to, PayPal. In order to pay with PayPal, you have to have a PayPal account, but you can also pay with PayPal just using a debit or credit card.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. So having a PayPal account is what PayPal is. The funds just sit in an account. Okay. Like that 67 cents that I say we have in our PayPal account. That money is just sitting there. It can be used to purchase things. Although being a club account, I would not use it that way. I would not purchase things through PayPal for the club because I prefer to use our checking account only. So what I would do is I would sign into the club's PayPal account, and I would use what's called a transfer transaction. In other words, you tell PayPal to send X amount of dollars to a linked account. In this case, we have both the activities and the administration linked to PayPal. In other words, PayPal knows where to send it so that it shows up in our activities account or in the administration account, depending on what it is and what it's for. If a member were to pay dues, those funds should go into the administration fund. But if it's a donation, it should go into activities. That's why I have both accounts linked to PayPal. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's how it's going to function. If you look at the financial report on the first page under PayPal, you'll see the word activities. Okay. That's a sub account of the PayPal account.
There.
Okay. In other words, right now in our PayPal activities account, we have 67 cents. Right. Now, if someone were to pay their dues, there would be a line there that said administration, X amount of dollars. So that I know, okay, I know automatically that in our PayPal account, activities, we have this amount of money. In administration, we have that amount of money. Okay. So, and then also, if you look down on page 3, you'll see on the activities account, income and expenses, under the first line under expenses is bank and PayPal charges. Okay. You'll see where it's needed donations. And there's a fee of 33 cents in there.
33 cents, yeah.
Okay. That's going to change on the next report. It won't say where needed donations. It will say general fund donations. Okay. Because where needed doesn't make sense, but general fund makes sense. Okay.
Well, if I paid my dues through PayPal, would they subtract a fee for that?
Yes.
So you
Yes.
probably LCI is going to be losing money.
Well, so we lose, on $75, it's going to cost us $2 and some odd cents, but we
Yeah,
get paid right away. It's
Yeah, when I buy or sell through PayPal for some of the trains I have, I either, pay it or get it, depending upon whether I'm a seller or a buyer.
that's
But they
correct.
find
Yes.
a convenient way to do it.
It allows people to make a donation immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. While they're thinking about it, it's right in front of their face. Yes, it cost us a fee. On $100, it's probably going to cost us about $3. Okay. But the question is, would we get that donation unless that service or that function was available?
Well, but you said you could use your credit card too, right?
That's exactly right.
You wouldn't get the full amount if I use my credit card.
No, there's a fee.
Well, there is.
Anything that PayPal processes is going to charge you a fee, whether you have an account or you're just using your credit or debit card.
That is correct.
They're using them as a processor.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
has
part of
PayPal.
the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
And
It's just convenient.
that's that. I mean, go
and
ahead. I apologize.
And the person who donates automatically gets a letter.
It may take a day or so for them to get the receipt and the certificate, but they will receive it.
Yeah.
Depending on how busy I am with other things. But my point was going to be that is I'm not real sure how some of our members think of our club, but our club is a business. Our business is raising funds and doing activities for people. That's our business. That's part of the cost of doing business is raising funds. Everybody pays it one way or another. Now, if you get all checks or all cash, your fees are going to be minimal at best. But in order to have an outside presence or a presence on the web or something like that, there are fees involved. People don't, or companies don't do this for free. They need to make money too. That's the only way they survive.
Mm-hmm. So
I think one of the key things of fundraising is, the payment. How do we get the money?
The easier you make it, the better.
Yeah, that's really what it is. And you have good accounting records too.
That's right. Yeah, Viola, we've used it very well at St. Gabriel's. We get almost as much money online as we do from the normal collections.
Yeah.
The big thing about PayPal is when a customer goes online and opens the PayPal account and makes a payment, they know that it's safe.
Right.
They know that the credit card number isn't being sent to 50 million hackers around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if we had them fill in a thing on a website, you don't know how safe that is. It could be some guy in the back room going, all right, While working, we can hit him for 1,000.
Yeah.
But it is that way. That's why I use PayPal.
Right.
Because I know it's secure, and I've used it for, what, 20 years, something like that. It's it does fine. Well, that's good, Lyle. I appreciate all that. But
That's
yeah,
no
Yeah.
problem.
publicity
A lot of work.
out to everybody, which
It
is
really wasn't a lot of work. It was actually fairly easy. To
Great.
be honest with
you
you.
have all that learned experience.
Actually, I've not used PayPal in these ways previously. There was a slight learning curve. In other words, how to get all the functionality built the way I would like to see it happen. I wanted to see the Lions logo on the PayPal page. I wanted to
Yep.
see various options available. If you're going to ask for things, you have to try to personalize it, make it as nice as possible. And then once you get that system set up, you can just carry it forward to whatever it is you're doing. It's just the learning curve at first is a little bit weird. But anyway, that's the only other point I was going to make is that the younger generation does things almost entirely electronically.
Right.
If we
Yep.
ever expect to get younger members, we need to update to this technology. We absolutely have to have a handle on it.
You know, I have volunteers at the clinic that do not know how to address an envelope. Okay. We have to have an example pasted on the wall. This is how you address an envelope. They're like 25 years old.
It sounds strange. I agree.
I know, but that's just.
They have absolutely no world experience at all.
At all.
Nothing.
It's crazy.
And they don't teach this stuff in school anymore.
That's right.
No,
No practical skills, you know? So, and these are cream of the crop kids.
I think we killed Sharon. We said we put her to sleep or something.
Well, there are times you have to pause and do things.
Oh, well, my treasurer's report's done.
Good. Thank you very much.
Sorry to
Yeah,
bother you.
very.
Any comments? Like we haven't given enough comments so far, but we've done all right.
She's back! Yay!
Okay. So that's enough old business, I think. All right. Old and new.
Do we
Committee
want to
reports, I
approve
think
the
we just did.
treasurer's report?
Pardon me?
Do we want to approve the treasurer's report?
Oh, well, we got, is that old or new business, the treasurer's report?
That's true.
That's we always start with new stuff, Bob.
Always
Actually,
Okay, well, that's
should
what-
start with old. but
That's
whatever.
what my cheat sheet says here.
Okay.
Okay. But, so it's fine. We got the treasurer's report. Now we go, it says here, anything for old business. Okay. Oh,
Wait,
and
we have to approve-
do we have to approve? Oh, yes, we have to. Do we hear a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
I make a motion to approve the treasurer.
Good.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay.
I do know how to address an envelope.
Yeah, yeah. In my house, I do mine by hand. Zenny does hers by computer. So old school, real old school. Okay. Is there any old business we would like to bring up from anybody, from any place?
No.
Okay. We don't have any screening.
Yes, we do.
We do? What did you?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. We do. What here? Yeah. Do we have any screening?
Yes, we do. Ward is not here, so I'll carry on about this because he kind of dropped it and I picked it up.
Yes,
We
you did.
received a request to help furnish glasses for a Deborah Benedict
Mhm.
who lives in the city. She has the frame, or pardon me, she has the prescription. And I did not talk to her personally. I've only emailed with her a couple of times. Ward talked to her. I don't know exactly if he asked her anything about, if she's rich or poor or whatever. But impoverished disabled senior needs assistance to fulfill eyeglass prescription. That's the title of her email to us. And it was received via our website. It was forwarded to Ward, also forwarded to Line Bob. And Lion Ward talked to her, and then he suggested she go to Costco, which was the last place we had eyeglasses filled. And I'm not 100% sure what her reply was to him. But apparently she had gone to Costco and the cost was more than she had received elsewhere. And then Lion Ward kind of dropped it and I picked it up. And over here in the East Bay near me, you may have seen ads on the TV for a company called America's Best. They are kind of a eyeglass dispensary, and they have inexpensive prices, supposedly. They have eyeglasses available for like $69 and so forth. But anyway, I went down to the company to check it out because there's one not very far from me, and just to see what their pricing was like. And as it turns out, her prescription is for bifocals, which are always more expensive, as I'm sure everybody here knows. But anyway, the bottom line on America's Best is using the frames that Deborah Benedict had picked out. She picked out 4 different ones, and they were all $69 a piece. So it doesn't matter which one she gets. But as far as I could tell, the total price approximately to get her eyeglass prescription filled would be $240, which includes the frames, a polycarbonate lined bifocal lens, anti-glare and anti-scratch protection for a total of about $240. And there is, as it turns out, and I did not know this, there is an America's Best store in Daly City.
Uh-huh.
So it's in Ceremony Center, apparently. And I'm going to make a motion that we fund this woman's glasses up to $240. And then what we will also need is a member down in your guys' direction that is willing to meet her at Ceremony Center, the America's Best store, or to coordinate with her to go to the store with her.
I could do that. Ceremony is not far from where I live.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I think I was copied on some of this correspondence,
Yeah, so was I.
and I asked out of curiosity where she lived.
Yeah, I didn't see that, so I don't know.
Where
Did you
does she
get an
live?
answer? Did you get an answer, Joe?
No.
No. Okay.
So did anyone check her income or her eligibility at all?
That is a function that Ward should have done, and I don't know if he did or not. There's a little bit of a hole going on here.
So normally, I'm responsible for eligibility at the clinic. So I asked them to send me proof of income, and that could be a pay stub or, their checking account or something, some kind of proof of income. So we know that they qualify for the clinic. And I think, I don't think it would be improper not to ask her.
I don't think it would be improper either. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Is that something that you would be willing to follow up on with?
Yeah, absolutely. I do it all the time.
I will amend my motion thusly. I make a motion that we fund the woman's glasses up to $240
Mm-hmm.
with the proviso that Line Viella is happy with her income verification information.
And also, we asked for a photocopy of their ID. Now, I don't know if we want to go that far, just to prove that she is who she is.
I don't know what to say about that. I would suggest that you meet her at the store.
Okay,
If you know, and if you want to check her ID at the time, cool. Since she is a senior, I question whether she was able to send me a photo of the prescription, so that worked. So she might be able to send you a photo of her ID.
yeah,
You can ask her to send that. I will forward her email address to you.
okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have a motion on the floor for $240 to fund her glasses at America's Best, with the proviso that Line Viella approves of her income information.
okay. So it's her, so let's establish an income criteria. So anything below 60,000 for a person? For one person? That's like 500, that's 500% of the federal poverty limit. That is our limit, right? At Plymouth by the Bay, for the Bay Area, because it's so expensive here.
Yes, I'm guessing that her income is less than that.
Okay,
So
all right.
I myself can only agree with that.
Yeah.
Are there any other comments or a second on this?
No,
I have a comment. I think going through the place you're talking about is great. There's a thing called Zenny Optical, and Eleanor Britter has free chits from Zenny that will, from what I understand, they will provide the glasses for free.
Zen is Zenni,
Right.
optical.
Right.
Is that an online thing?
Yeah,
it's online, yes.
it's online. So you have to have your prescription. And the only thing that I think that might be difficult is somebody has to measure from pupil to pupil.
Exactly. And that's one of the drawbacks of using an online service.
Right.
The other one is Warby Parker.
They have a store downtown.
They have a store on, come on, Jenny, Hay Street, Grove
On
Street.
Hay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Hayes.
Hay, thank you. It's
I think it's 375 Hayes because I looked it up.
Hay Street. Yeah, you got
Right.
it. They have
One of the big problems with us doing things like this is during this current situation is getting members to go places to do things. That is a bit of a drawback. You know, some of us work during the day, can't do things, and others are kind of tied up or, you know, too far away, or transportation's bad, or all kinds of things.
well, if it was Hayes or where Ceremony, you know, I'm
Ceremony's far better.
Yeah, Ceremony has parking. Hayes is like a disaster.
Well,
Yeah.
Hayes is
Exactly.
down.
I'm not going to Hayes. I
Yeah.
go to Ceremony.
Okay, but Ceremony's down the street from both of us here, so
Yeah.
So
over the hill, down the street.
talking about George's suggestion about Jenny.com, I assume it is the problem is having an optician doing the proper measurements
Yeah.
with the particular frames that are going to be used. I think it has to be done with the frames, doesn't it?
No.
Your prescription has to be done with the frames, and you know I went through this, and all the way from Costco to you know, out of the Hayes, which is optician on Hay Street, and I went some other place. I went to Warby Parker, but because my prescription is like this, they couldn't do the prescription, and So yeah, I think you need to have whatever this is here and this is here,
Yeah.
so they can get them within the frames and have the proper distance between the whatever you need. Okay.
So maybe American Best is one to go to.
So it's called American Best?
America's.
America's Best.
Best,
Yeah, America's Best.
Okay.
And they're at 178A Ceremony Center, I think is the address.
Okay. Right.
Hold on a minute, I'll give you, their phone number is 650-488-2628. And they're open usually 9 to 7.
Saturday too?
Paramani? I'm sorry?
Yes. Saturday, are they open Saturday?
It doesn't say here, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll call.
Yeah, call. And
They got to be open 7 days a week.
and you would need an appointment.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Because of the COVID thing and what have you.
Right.
It just makes doing things problematic.
Yeah.
I think the Jenny.com thing is a good option, but I think we need to find out more about it. If somebody has their prescription, how can we make it work?
Well, I know I got glasses through them. And like I said, the biggest thing was you had to measure from pupil to pupil.
But who does that measurement?
Well, I had Kathy do it.
No.
And I did Kathy. So, and it worked.
Well, that could explain why George can't see so well.
Actually, those classes work better than Costco.
Wow.
Sorry, George. Saw the shot. I had to take it.
But like I said, the big draw there is that supposedly Zenny has given the Lions Club chits to get free glasses.
Right.
And I'm not suggesting for this time, but to look into the future.
I can certainly most surely agree with that 100%. Maybe we can get a hold of Eleanor Ritter and get some more details.
Okay.
But for this time,
For this time, it's America's Best, right?
Hopefully it's going to work.
Hopefully. I'll have to call then. And you're going to forward me her email?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I'll try to forward the whole long thing to you. It's
okay.
I tried to print it out, but it was going to print out to 26 pages. Okay.
What?
I'm not. There's a lot of emails.
Oh God, those are give me a headache. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I hate those things.
It's a long thread, but it has all the information.
Okay, I just need her name, her number, and then I'll give her a call or email her.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
No worries. I don't think we voted on it yet.
To approve the process?
Yeah, we did. I made a motion we do this.
Yeah, I made a motion. I think Bill seconded it, and now Bob's going to call for the vote.
Oh.
In favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
Bob's he's studying something.
Yes. Aye.
Hey, Bob's back. Hey.
He fell asleep too. I don't know.
No. I got our next subject here. When you're ready. We passed this, right?
Yeah. No, we're ready now.
We're ready now. Okay.
Oh, what's the dog's name?
What is this?
This is
Oh, it's so cute.
Wow.
Zenny,
Look at
go
all
get
the
the cat.
hair.
Where's the
fur.
cat? Zenny, get the cat.
Well, the cat just left me. She was asleep next to me, but she just left.
Oh,
cute.
okay.
That's so gorgeous. Right. Wow. What kind of dog is that?
Pomeranian.
Oh, wow.
He's
a lot of care and brushing.
Yeah, you really take care of your dog.
Well, he don't do too much. He's pretty self-supporting.
Yeah, he's got you
Okay.
trained. Okay. I got a note from the Coalition of Concerned Medical Professionals and all volunteer private membership for health, etc. What they do is they raise money so they can give out back to the professionals, you know, the things that they need to do their work, like the mask and the hand sanitizers and all this sort of stuff. That's what they're given to. The lady who runs this is over in Oakland, and she wanted to talk to us to see if we wanted to sponsor them. That means we make a donation, but what they're really looking for is people to call, volunteers to call people and tell them, especially those that need help, and see if they need help with all these cleaning things and so forth that the COVID-19 or 19 or whatever it is makes them have. But she wanted to speak to us, and I told her I might give her, 5 to 10 minutes to tell us what they do. So this is the thing that she sent to me, along with a bunch of other stuff. But it is a fight for medical care for all workers, and they need people to donate time, skills, resources to build a free of charge preventive medical benefit program. Well, it's free of charge to the individual, but they need cash in the background to buy the supplies out here that they need. They are in Oakland. That's their headquarters anyhow. So how she got my name, I'm not quite sure, but she got it from another organization. I just wanted to throw it out. She wanted to talk to us about everything that they do and so forth. Maybe as a guest speaker at one of our meetings within the next couple of months, or maybe not.
They
I'm good.
presented to us,
Yeah. Go.
about 10 years ago. And I don't know, I wasn't real impressed with them, but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
You think they were here previously, George, you think?
Yeah, I know they were.
Well, if they were here in the city, I might consider that, but due to the fact it's, quote, in Oakland, and she's looking for sponsorships, as she calls it, and wanted to know who I knew among my business people that might be a sponsor that they could put in some program in which they could, send these people sponsored. The Coalition of Concerned Medical Professionals, CCMP. They are...
Are they contacting our Lions Club, or are they contacting?
They
you
contacting everybody. I think they're after everybody.
Are they legitimate?
Good question. Okay, this is why
Because I don't understand what they're doing.
And George has certain concern about them.
Yeah.
She says here, since 1976, volunteers in the Bay Area have donated time, skill, resources to build a free of charge preventive medical benefit program and to organize for long-term solutions for the lack of healthcare services for low-income workers and others who are uninsured or otherwise without access to needed healthcare, volunteer advocates, etc., volunteer medical professionals and benefit, anyhow, so forth.
That I don't know what that means. So are they private insurance funded by donations?
I think they're funded by no donations, but I don't think insurance is part of it. That they're just providing certain things for the workers themselves, so they can keep all these, as it says here, facial tissues, rubbing alcohol, paper towels, thermometers, things like that. Okay.
I think it requires further look or review of these people first.
Yeah, I don't.
We commit ourselves to
Yeah.
sponsor them.
That just sounds kind of like fishy to me.
Okay.
But
Did you Google it?
For our information, they spoke to us on March 18th, 2009 at Bertolucci's. It was a ladies' night. And I quote from the bulletin, speaking on behalf of Coalition of Concerned Medical Professionals was Michelle Ramirez. Coalition of Concerned Medical Professionals is an all-volunteer, independent association of healthcare professionals, low-paid workers, small business owners, students, clergy, and other concerned community residents. CCMP fights for comprehensive health care for the working poor and all those who labor without medical benefits or the income necessary to afford the costs of medical diagnosis and treatment and other components of good health for themselves and their family members. Assistant Rose distributed informational literature, and they had a 510 area code or 51 area code phone number. So I'm assuming it's the same group that talked to us then.
So what was done for them then?
Nothing, as far as I could tell.
I know I donated to them, and I just got, this is just a feeling, okay, that it was more going into her pocket than maybe was going someplace else.
Yeah.
And I could
Really?
be totally wrong. I just, you know.
Sometimes you have a gut feeling about something and you just follow it because you've had a feeling and an experience with.
So, I mean, I would say somebody else should look into it. You know,
What's the name of the group? What's the name of the group?
the concern,
Hello?
Coalition of Concerned Medical Professionals, CCMP.
I'll Google it.
And they are well, they have a 510 phone number.
It's Oakland, you said.
Well, I assume 510 is East Bay, Oakland.
It is
someplace.
Oakland area code.
No.
Next,
Do I have any, Joe, do I have any bills to be paid?
No, I've got nothing.
You got nothing? Okay.
For your information, in June of 2009, we donated $300 to them.
Okay.
There's no other information, and their address was 2205 14th Avenue in Oakland.
Okay. Sounds like they're still there. Let me think on it a little bit, and then I'll contact her. We got 2 weeks to let her know she can show up, and all we have to do is send her a link and we'll let her talk to us. Okay.
what
So
was the address? 2205 14th?
Yes, in Oakland.
George is going to get a picture.
Uh-oh. We have investigative reporters working on it as we
Absolutely.
There's no picture.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. Maybe it doesn't exist.
What?
Oh, no, there's a street there. Just,
I have 2809 38th Avenue, Oakland for them.
Uh-oh, they moved. They're fly by night. They're out of here.
I have the same address, so I just Googled them. Why do you say that's a fly-by-night?
I'm only kidding.
Oh,
I'm only kidding because they moved from where they were in 2009.
well,
they got a
yeah,
bigger building.
11 years ago.
You gotta have fun with this stuff, Sharon. Loosen
Really?
up. It's not always serious.
Yeah, when I come in,
Well, let's do this. We'll all do a little independent research and just send me an email saying Bob, yes, Bob, no, and then we'll continue. Okay?
bye.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I need a motion to adjourn, please.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
One more item.
One more? Okay.
One more small item. I received a check today from Al Gentili, and he says hello to everybody. So
Oh, that's great.
Thank
I
you.
was
Good
going to
for Al.
ask you about Al. How's Al doing?
Okay. Now,